We're back on GearWire.com with the IZotope Ozone 3 plugin. Mastering has long been viewed as one of the mystical arts of audio production, but with the birth of the home studio and release of plugins like the Waves plugins and IZotope's Ozone 3, that's changed quite a bit. Now I have a project open here in Logic, and I'm going to go down to the track that I've opened and go to my inserts, select my audio units, IZotope Ozone 3 Stereo. Now in a second here you're going to see the Ozone 3 pop up, there it is. And it's brought up the preset window in the IZotope Ozone 3. Now, Ozone 3 can be used either as an independent plugin. You'll notice there are paragraphic equalizers, a mastering reverb, loudness maximizer, which is essentially a limiter, multiband dynamics like compressors, multiband stereo imaging for widening the shape of the waveform, and a multiband harmonic exciter. So all in all, there are 7 plugins here that are integrated into one interface surface. So what I'm going to do, I've already opened up my project in Logic. We're going to explore some of the presets that come with the Ozone 3. Now we've loaded a basic track provided by Owen O'Malley into the timeline. You'll notice here I have input and output signals coming from Logic, and we're going to just put a 4-band drum preset on that and see what happens.
In life, things are much different than you could ever have imagined them. Unpredictable every time.
To get an idea of the change that made, let's go down to our bypass switch and turn that off.
Could you allow me to smooth things out? It's always stop and go in my life.
So you can see how it's already beefed up our track, but we can go through all of these presets and see what some of these do. Now you'll notice that right here we have the choice to turn different parameters off. If I want to turn the EQ off, for example, I can do that. I can also turn off my maximizer.
You could be that stable force that's always moving forward. Not rewind to say it's alright.
So you can see the difference that all of those make. Now let's go through some of these really quickly. We have a 4-band Punchy dynamic.
I said and think about what could have been. Bad habits and roots that I got running in.
And there are also sound effects like a bad phone signal. Basic CD mastering presets. If that still sounds too flat or not wide enough, we can go to the CD master with exciter and widener.
Lazy boy, you know I've got to go. Could you let me do?
Now if we were doing voiceover work, we could also use the commercial voice or compressor for voice, but we're not going to use that for this song. There are even presets for genres of music like country, which has a very distinct Nashville sound. Doesn't really work for the song though. We can also do dance music. Delay widening. And you can EQ for separate instruments, like an acoustic guitar. We can boost the treble. An exciter with 3-band sparkle. Warmth. Or we can just go very, very easy on this. If it's already up, you'll notice there's not a lot of headroom in this clip, so I can actually use just gentle compression with some widening. You can hype the highs and the lows. And then sometimes you can get unintentional effects from things like, for example, in your face jazz bass, I play back this track with then it sounds like this. Now there are some more extreme effects if I go down here. I can do a loud brick wall, which this is the sort of pop punk mastering you'll hear on a lot of recent tracks. And to get that kind of commercial loudness, I can actually take the output up probably farther than it should go. Right now we're at 3.0. can also do a few different things here. You can do an overall mix master. You can mix for orchestra and master for orchestra. You can add tube saturation. Now to hear the difference with some of these, let's really quickly go down the rest of the list, and I'll turn the bypass on and off. Original, the new one. Now let's look at the original clip again, and we'll go to tape saturation. Original, the new. Now, one thing to keep in mind with this plugin, of course, is that louder does not always mean it's going to be more dynamic and feel louder. In the end, making it louder may even crush that signal and make it feel flat all the way across, so you want to be careful with that. Now, with this particular clip, it's more of a rock song, so they have a rock master preset.
To avoid complacency, it's not a productive means to anything, it's dragging me down, I cannot hide.
And they also have a preset similar, but with excitation, EQ, and widening.
In life, things are much different than.
Now notice that for each of these plugins, there's a corresponding light on for every plugin that's being used. So here, it's not using the reverb. Paragraphic EQ is on, loudness maximizer is on, multiband stereo imaging is on, multiband dynamics are on, and the multiband harmonic exciter is on. However, the mastering reverb is not. If you wanted to add that to this preset, you could actually save it as a new preset and have that reverb in it. So if I add the reverb,
You could ever imagine them unpredictable every time.
and I can actually click add, and that'll add a new preset, and I can save this as rock master with reverb, and it'll add that to the presets. And you'll notice right now I have the reverb selected. This red button selects everything. Let me show you real quick what these are. Click OK here. We have the EQ, mastering reverb, loudness maximizer, multiband harmonic exciter, multiband dynamics, and multiband stereo imaging. Now, there are a wide range of things that can be done with the Ozone 3, so I'm going to divide it up into each separate plugin. We're going to go over the EQ, reverb, maximizer, harmonic exciter, dynamic, and stereo imaging all separately in different videos on the site. So look to GearWire.com for more videos on the Ozone 3. I'm Bill Holland, and this has been a basic overview of the IZotope Ozone 3 plugin.